What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 predictions. Now, this is coming up much later than most other people's, but I was kind of hoping for a guest appearance like I did for my King and Queen of the Ring predictions video, but I was not able to get that to work out. Plans fell through. But we're still doing predictions regardless. So, Clash at the Castle is going to be in Scotland this year. And we got 5 matches to go through. I'm going to go through the card here I'm going to go in the order that I think these matches are going to take place. So we'll be kicking things off with the undisputed WWE title I Quit match between the defending champion Cody Rhodes and challenger AJ Styles. Now, I'm gonna go with Cody here. I don't really see a world where he loses the title that early, or at this early. I don't think it's as cut and dry as everyone's making it out to be, because they say babyfaces never lose I Quit matches, which is not true. If you go there, I won't say I see this happen. I'm not predicting it, obviously. I still think it's highly unlikely, but I could have potentially seen a world where the OC gets a hold of Brandy or Cody's kids or something and like threatens them if he doesn't quit. You know, does the same thing they did to Edge back at our last I Quit match at Extreme Rules 2022, where they threatened Beck to concerto Beth Phoenix, and Edge quit, or unless Edge quit, and so he did to save his wife. Didn't end up mattering, but still, they can lose in that capacity. It's usually them not threatening. Actually, now that I think about it, the next I Quit match I remember before that was at Hell in a Cell 2020. There might have been one between those two. I just don't remember it, but that one also the babyface lost. It was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, when Roman put Jimmy in the guillotine, and Jey quit to save Jimmy. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes retaining. I don't see him dropping it to AJ Styles. As cool as it kind of would be, I don't see him dropping it to anybody other than at least anybody before a certain feud happens. Could happen, I don't know, but I'm gonna say most likely not, or at least he would get the title back. But I don't see it happening, so I'm gonna stick with Cody Rhodes. All right, so next up we have the Women's Tag Team Championship triple threat between defending champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill taking on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Now, I am going to pick Bianca and Jade to retain here, just because I don't see them dropping the titles until they're ready to start getting to work on the Bianca and Jade feud. But I don't see that happening until closer to Mania, unless they're really wanting to build up SummerSlam, but I don't think they're going to do it that fast. The current era of WWE tends to like to do these kinds of things slowly, so I don't know. I don't see it happening. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are in their home country of Scotland, which is cool and all, but I think honestly right after this they're just going to go right back to Wednesdays on main event. I don't see them being permanently used. I'd love to be wrong. I would absolutely love to be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think this is just for Clash at the Castle since it's in Scotland, and then they're going to be gone again, because they honestly haven't even been presented as a legitimate threat. They literally had them tap out to, or pass it. Is it tap out to Shayna Baszler on Raw, so they don't look credible, or they don't look like a threat at all. It seems like they're just there to be the ones to take the loss. Next up, I have the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. This is Chad's third shot at Sami for the Intercontinental title, and his fourth shot at the Intercontinental title within the past year. So this is one where I'm pretty split. I can see a world, because it really depends on how they decide to take Chad Gable's story, the Chad Gable Alpha Academy story. I think this is the night when we hopefully finally get the Otis turn on to Chad Gable, where he turns on Chad and finally gives him what for. But does it happen before or after Chad becomes... I feel like if Chad wins, it won't be because of Alpha Academy. If he did, it would be because of the Creed brothers. But it really becomes a question of if there would be a world where the Creed brothers help him win, even though Alpha Academy hasn't turned on him yet. What I see happening, and this is a story I'm going to go with, is the Alpha Academy, like, he'll be like telling the Alpha Academy, most likely Otis specifically, probably all three of them at some point, but especially Otis, be telling them to interfere, and they won't listen or they mess it up. And it's like I knew that you weren't strong enough to do this or something. Or he's gonna say, I knew you wouldn't do it. Like, I knew you were a disappointment or something. And which is why I have a new set of students, and the Creed brothers come out, and I don't know if it'll be like a promo like that, but that's the idea, is he knew they wouldn't do it, so he got the Creed brothers to come help. And it's just a matter of if they come out and help him win the title, or if they come out after he's lost. Like, after he's lost because of the Alpha Academy not helping him. If they'll come out then and take them out, I don't know. But I'm going to go with Chad Gable to win the championship. I think this is the time when it finally happens. I don't see them. I don't want them to destroy his credibility more. I know his contract is up, but I do see him winning the Intercontinental title being a good part of those contract negotiations. So likely also there's his contract to take into account, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get that into dirt sheets, really. I'm more trying to think of it from a storytelling perspective. I think there's more to go with Chad Gable having success with the Creed brothers as opposed to failure with the Alpha Academy, where when he tries to do stuff with them, they fail, but whenever he has the Creed brothers, he succeeds. He's won the championship, and so he uses that as his leverage to put the Alpha Academy down, and yeah. So I'm going with Chad to retain, but this is probably the one I'm the most split on of the whole evening. Next up, I have the WWE Women's Championship match between the defending champion Bayley and Piper Niven. Piper Niven is another Scotswoman that is challenging for a championship, but I do not think she's winning, unfortunately. I do like where Piper has been going recently. She had a really good promo last Friday on SmackDown. I think she has a bright future. They just have to sort of execute it right. One, change her theme song. She has a horrible theme song. In my opinion, she has the worst theme song in all of WWE right now. Legitimately, especially like the beginning, the sort of like remix thing they got going on the Dewdrop theme is so stupid. I hate it. At least like the other bad themes are at least sort of like fitting in their style usually. Like Braun Breaker's theme, even though it's generic as all heck, it's at least, a rock song to give his vibe out. Or for how Naomi's does the whole NWO AOMI at the beginning, and it's really stupid. It's still a fitting, at least fitting in its style choice. Heck, even the stupid New Catch Republic one, or even the DIY one, it's a horrible song. But they at least had something going on there. I feel like Piper Niven's is horrible. Anyway, that's a whole tangent I didn't need to go on, but I did anyways. I think Bayley is going to retain. I think there might be a story they may go into where Chelsea Green and Piper Niven have a falling out. Maybe Piper turns face. I don't see Chelsea turning face. I kind of want her to stay the way she is. But I don't know. I want to see Piper Niven be Piper Niven, not... And I do kind of still want to see her be like Chelsea Green's muscle. I do also enjoy that, but I don't know. I just don't see a world where she walks out of here with the championship. I'm sitting out here theorizing for future. I'm not sure what her future holds, but I don't see it holding the women's championship, at least not at this point in time. And lastly, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between the defending champion Damian Priest and Scotland's own Drew McIntyre. A third title match where a Scotsman gets a shot at a title. And this one also has fans pretty split, it seems, between Damian or Drew. And this past Monday on Raw, there was Drew ensured that Judgment Day would be barred from ringside, so you would at least hypothetically not get any Dominic Mysterio, any JD McDonough, any Finn Balor, or even any Rhea Ripley or Carlito. I don't think we'll be seeing Rhea Ripley anyways, because she's not going to be cleared to compete for another few months at least. There's still always a chance that we might get that, but to me it doesn't really matter. I don't think whether they can be there or not is going to have an effect on the outcome, whether they show up or not. I think that regardless, that Drew McIntyre is going to lose. I am of the camp that thinks CM Punk is going to show up and cost Drew McIntyre his title shot. It cost him the world title again in front of Drew's home crowd, and he'll have such radioactive heat. He might as well be Shawn Michaels in Montreal. He'll be so hated there, and it will be awesome. Another reason I think this, not just because of that moment, is because I think we can all see that the end goal is to have Drew and Punk at SummerSlam, right? That's where they're taking the story most likely, because I believe there are reports out there that Punk is cleared, but he's not competing for story's sake right now, or something like that. I heard he's been medically cleared. I think that the end goal is Drew Punk at SummerSlam. That match does not need the World Championship. And regardless of whether it needs the World Championship or not, it can't be for the World Championship because you have Gunther, who's already got his claim to the World Championship at SummerSlam by winning King of the Ring. And yes, it has to be the World Heavyweight Championship. It can't be Cody because Triple H specifically said that it is the World Championship of their respective brand. Even though he's already announced it's World Heavyweight Championship, he couldn't go back on it if he wanted to. He would have to get drafted to SmackDown in order to face Cody at SummerSlam, and let's be honest, we all know that's not where the story is going. Sure, Drew could lose the title before SummerSlam, but do you really think he's winning it at Clash at the Castle than losing it at Money in the Bank? Or he's going to get cashed in on that soon? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think he's going to get screwed out of ever winning it in the first place in front of his hometown crowd, get screwed over in the main event, Clash at the Castle for the world title, just like last time. It's going to end the same way the first Clash at the Castle did, but probably without the American Pie. That's how I see this going. I really don't see a world where Drew walks out with the title. I would, I'm not gonna say I would love to be wrong, because I do like, because I really don't want to be wrong. I think the story works better if he doesn't win here. He could still like leave standing tall, like beat the shit out of Punk, and like leave standing tall, and I don't know, throw back some pints with the people in the crowd. I don't know. Do sort of like he did at Clash at the Castle the first time. I don't know, but still have a good ending for him. I don't know, but I think he'll be too busy being pissed off, and we will not hear the end of it on Monday. But those are my Clash at the Castle 2024 predictions. What do you think? Before we go, I just remembered there's one other thing I need to mention. I do not think I got all of these right. I typically like to think that I'm going to go for a clean sweep on predictions. A lot of times I get at least pretty close, but I do not think it's happening this time, simply because, as y'all may have noticed, I have for every single Scottish person to lose. Which I feel like has got to be wrong, right? But I don't know who would win, because I really don't think Drew is winning. And I really don't think Alba Fire and Abaddon are winning. And I really don't think Piper Niven is winning. But I feel like for one of those I must be wrong. Maybe I'm not. Maybe WWE hates Scotland and wanted to have a trip over here just to rub it in their faces that all their favorite wrestlers suck. I don't know. But that's going to be all for this one. So thank you everybody for watching. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more WWE content. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.